Hey, God bless. This is Tally, and welcome to Christians and Secular Heavy Metal Do Not Mix. Now, understand this. Let's make it very clear. I'm talking about Christians and secular heavy metal. I'm not talking about Christians and regular like there's Christian metal. I'm not talking about that. It's another video, okay? Or Christian rap. No, I'm talking about Christians and secular heavy metal. I want to make that very, very clear. When I say secular heavy metal, I'm talking about Metallica. I'm talking about Slayer, Black Sabbath, AC/DC, different bands which their master is clearly Satan. And I want to see what the response is of some Christians on this. I know a lot of Christians say that Christians like me who feel that this music is not edifying to their lives, that we're being uptight. But I truly think that we also have a point here. So I want you to listen to our point, or my point here, compare everything with scriptures. And just as in my latest video, which was speaking in tongues, talking about speaking in tongues and how that video got a lot of responses, I want this also to be the case. I want us to discuss this, not to argue, not to fight, but for you to clearly give me scriptures which support you listening to this music. And maybe you don't know how evil this music is, so stay tuned. Let's start with the first clip. Check it out. Now, in this song that you just heard, it's promoting rebellion. It's talking about no stop signs, no speed limit. It's talking about how a wheel he's gonna spin it. And look at the part where he says himself, "Hey Satan, paid my dues playing in a rock band." Then he says, "Hey mama, look at me, I'm on the way to the promised land." And if you know the song continues to say, "I'm on a highway to hell." The promised land to this man is hell. So please, if you can let me know how this is edifying to a person who is a Christian, please let me know how. Now, let's look at another band. This band is called Metallica. This band is very popular amongst some Christians, and the Christians that mostly listen to this music will say that Christians like myself is closed-minded. However, they themselves are closing their minds to this point of view when it comes to the gospel. Now, listen to this Metallica song, and I think it'll speak for itself. Check it out. As we can see here, he's talking to the angel from below, which we know is Satan. He is talking about he wished to sell his soul to that angel from below. And he wishes for earthly riches and not for the crown of thorns. Wow, I'm sorry, but to me this is insanity. Then it goes on to say, I was born a fool. And then it says, they will take my soul, with diamonds you repay. And that's the reality. He repays with earthly riches. He goes on to say that he doesn't care for heaven, and that He doesn't want you to feel sorry for him because he knows he's going to be burning in hell. So this is the deal. You've seen a couple of examples, right? What I'm asking from Christians who feel that Metallica, AC/DC, Black Sabbath, Kiss, that these bands are okay for you to listen to, what I'm asking from you is for scriptural evidence that this is okay for you to listen to. Now, understand this. The first objection that I know I am going to get is, Tally, are you saying you don't play video games? Tally, are you saying you don't watch these type? No. Don't try to avoid the questions by asking 20 questions. We're focusing on the topic at hand. We will deal with video games, we'll deal with movies afterwards if you want to. The topic at hand is this. How does this music edify you? You see, this is the way I'm looking at things. I'm looking at things the way the Word of God tells me to look at things. When a person asks a Christian, when a Christian tells a Christian to be open-minded, we can be open-minded about certain things. Let me explain. If I'm a Christian, and there's Christians who've been saved for 15 years and they're still baby Christians, there's Christians who've been saved for 4 or 5 years who are more mature than a Christian who's been saved for 15, 20 years, as an example. That Christian who's been saved for 5 or 6 years is a little bit more mature, has to keep an open mind that the one who's been saved for 15 to 20 years possibly still has not received such wisdom, or possibly still has not received such revelation, right? So we have to keep an open mind when preaching or when talking to a person, so that we don't quickly judge and we don't quickly get to the point that we're downing an immature Christian or a Christian who doesn't know any better yet, because there are brothers and sisters in the Lord. Now, when it comes to the gospel, the basic essentials of the gospel, there is no keeping an open mind there. If someone rejects the virgin birth of Jesus Christ, if someone rejects that Jesus Christ is God manifested in the flesh, if it's out of ignorance, then we have to pray for that person. Okay? Because God can do all miracles, and there's some people who are new to the faith, and to them, they still don't know. But if it's willfully and they're teaching against it without knowing it, then they're in trouble. And to me, there's no open mind there. You see, the gospel is very clear. In Matthew 7:14, the way to Jesus Christ is not an open way. because narrow is the gate and difficult is the way which leads to life, and there are few who find it. There's only one way to salvation. That one way to salvation is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the only way to salvation. John 14:6, Jesus said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. This is the gospel. Gospel truth. And if you have Jesus Christ in your heart, you have to be the light of the world. AC/DC is not the light of the world. They're singing for Satan. Their master is Satan. Metallica, their master is Satan. Black Sabbath, their master is Satan. Then Jesus spoke to them, saying, I am the light of the world. He who follows me shall not walk in darkness, but have the light of life. He shall not walk in darkness. I'll end with this. Matthew 7:22-24. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name, cast out demons in your name, and done many wonders in your name? Then I will declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you who practice lawlessness. God is coming back soon, and He's coming back for a church. He's coming back for a body of believers. And at the present moment, many in Christianity have made a mockery. They say things such as, you have to keep an open mind, when they themselves are not keeping an open mind to what we're saying. They say things such as, well, you watch these types of movies, or you watch that type of material. That's not what we're talking about here. When God convicts you of something, you cannot use as an excuse little Peter or little Johnny. You have to understand that God is talking to you today, and quite possibly He's convicting you of this. So if you think I'm wrong, I very well may be, because I don't know it all. Put a video response or put it in the comments how I'm wrong and how it's okay for a Christian to listen to this music. Natalie's in the house. I just gave her a kiss. So, God bless you guys. Peace.